Now, if you want something better than turkesterone, better than ecdysterone, I'm going to tell you what that is, in my opinion, right now.
The only thing that stays consistent is the grind. Keep on grinding.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Very happy and excited to be here today. As you know, well, as you may or may not know, I've been getting asked, and I've spoken about it a couple of times, been asked many times in the past, Joe, please tell me your experience on turkesterone and ecdysterone. Ecdysterone, yeah, I think I got that right. Today is the day, guys. I am ready to give you a breakdown of how I've used both these supplements and talk about how it has or has not helped me, what it's done, what my experience has been like. There's so much stuff on the internet about this that I can see why you guys reached out, because you want, before you spend that ton of money on this stuff, you want to know whether it's good or not. I'm going to give you my very honest review about this stuff. If you guys follow the channel, you know I do tons of supplements reviews. Most of my supplements I do get from GorillaMind.com. The reason why is because I trust Derek, I trust his website, I trust his business model, and from day one, I've always loved the guy. I think he's fantastic. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that almost everybody who has any type of bodybuilding channel at this point, I know I'm very late to the game with this video, but that was for a reason. People jumped on the bandwagon, started throwing out videos before, sometimes before they even tested it out. I want to give you a real life idea based on my own personal studies using this stuff. Before we get into that, I just want to talk about something called the placebo effect. Many of you guys know what this is, but for those of you who don't, a placebo effect is when somebody takes something that they are told is going to do something for them, and because we are such amazing creatures, truly, we are such amazing creatures, our minds can actually cause us to have physical changes because of how powerful our minds are. So, long story short, if you believe something enough, you may actually see benefit or results, whether it's a benefit or not. Sometimes people get them sick because they believe that they're sick. Even if nothing was wrong, they can actually get themselves sick. This has all been documented. We are so powerful as human beings. We can be our own turkesterone, okay? Placebo effects are very powerful, so keep that in mind. This particular substance has not been very well tested. I'm not going to get into all the tests that they have done, the few tests they've done, because there's tons of people who've already done that. I'm here to tell you my thoughts on it and my experience on it, okay? Most of the people who hit me up and want to talk to me about turkesterone are people who are newer to the gym, young people. A lot of young people will hit me up and ask me about this. A lot of people who don't really train will ask me about this. People who are new to training will ask me about this. Very few people who have trained for a long period of time and who have done their time in the gym and made gains organically through training have hit me up about this. So very few of those people. Mostly newer people, and that's fine. But when it comes to turkesterone, I really feel as though the people who should be taking this are more along the lines of people, if you're going to take it at all, more along the lines of the people who have already trained for a long period of time. Because if there can be any benefit from this product, it's going to be seen with people who've already reached their limit when it comes to their natural training. Don't believe that if you're new to training, you're going to want this. Why do a lot of newer people ask about this product? Because it is touted as being something as strong as steroids, okay? Anabolic steroids, something that if you take it, it will make you grow muscle, okay? It's touted as being as strong as anabolic steroids, but without the downward side effects, without the testosterone shutting down side effects that come with anabolic steroids, without all that stuff. That's the way it's touted. It's not going to be that. I can tell you because I've taken it. I have taken it, and you do not get those effects. You are not going to see side effects as if you are taking steroids with this, okay? That's how I know that the turkesterone is not like a steroid, because I did not get much bigger than what I am now while taking it. There are people out there who may want to look at it, but it should not be people who are not training at all. It should not be people who are new to training, because you still have, if you go ahead and you're new to training, What's going to happen if you take turkesterone? You're going to make newbie gains. What newbie gains are gains that are going to inevitably happen because you are new to training. Your body is going to respond to training very, very quickly when you're new. After you've already trained for a long period of time, that is when your gains are going to slow down. So in the beginning, very, very fast. The further along down the road of your training journey, the harder it will be to make gains. Just like with losing weight. In the beginning, losing weight is very, very easy compared to down the road when it gets harder, okay? So people who are new, there's no reason for you to take it because number one, you're not going to know if it works. You're not going to know if it works. You're going to be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars to take this stuff, and you're going to have no clue whether or not it's working. It might look like it's working, but really you would have got the same exact results if you didn't take it. Okay? So that's number one. Those people who are new to training or don't train at all, because if you don't train at all, you're going to see zip, nothing, zero. You're going to see no benefits of this supplement, this very expensive supplement. You're going to see no benefits at all. And another group of people who shouldn't be taking are people who don't train seriously. Now, if you guys watch my progression throughout the channel, it's documented on the channel, my progression will show you I went from much weaker, much less in shape, much heavier, to somebody who while walking down the street, people would look at me like I was some kind of a movie star. And I'm not trying to brag, I am just simply still, to this day, shocked. You may not be able to tell on camera, but if you look at my past videos and you trust me, because I'm telling you the truth, when I am in a room, I stand out, especially when I was at my peak. Right now, I'm not at my peak condition, and I'm kind of happy about that because it's very, very difficult to maintain that. And, you know, it does take a lot of effort. I got that way without taking turkesterone. I got that way by training hard every single day, hitting the gym, busting out my sets and doing cardio and nutrition on top of all that stuff. If you're interested in knowing the details, I document my journey on the channel. Check out the playlist sections on my YouTube channel. You see a whole bunch of playlists that maybe will benefit you. But at the end of the day, I got that way through hard work. If you're not putting in that hard work, you will see nothing. It doesn't matter what you're taking. You could even take steroids. Anabolic steroids, which I'm not telling you to do. I'm simply giving you an example. You can go ahead and take those, and you're going to see very little to no results if you're not doing anything. A lot of people, for example, they'll take this, right? So these are diet pills. Let's say any brand of diet pills that you have. You have a bottle of diet pills, you want to lose weight. Any brand of diet pills that you have, you'll have people who pop those diet pills thinking that it's the pills that are going to help them lose weight. Oh yeah, I'm going to take these pills. It's going to raise my metabolism and somehow I'm going to magically burn weight. They sit down on the couch and they play video games while they're on their pills. And they might be playing extra hard because they're amped up on those pills. But guys, you're not going to lose weight like that. It may cause you to be less hungry, which will cause you to eat less, but that means you're eating less and that is why you might lose weight. The way diet pills work as a whole, right? A majority of diet pills is they're going to make you not hungry and they're going to force you to move. Without the movement, if you just took diet pills and continued to eat the way you already did and didn't move at all, you will see zero results. Zero. Because the results come from the work. So just like if you take turkesterone, you will see zero results if you're not putting in the work, if it does anything at all, which we will get into in a couple of minutes. And there's one more category of people who I don't believe should be taking it, is people who don't have enough money to spend on it, because at least right now, it is incredibly, unreasonably, in my opinion, expensive. You're looking at like $60 a bottle. When I purchased mine, that I used for a couple of months, I purchased it from Derek's website. Okay, now I trust Derek. I believe that every single thing he puts out has validity to it. I believe he puts in his effort and his time and he makes a quality product. I believe that. But I do not believe that this is a product that people who have very little money should be spending their money on this product, because I believe you will see little to no results. Even if you are already training your hardest and doing everything you can, doing everything right, I believe you will see little to no results on this product. Not enough to justify the actual cost. I don't believe so. As human beings, we want the easy way out, okay? We're very quick to jump to a bottle of pills before we put in the work. Let me tell you, the work is what is going to get you results. It's the work. It's never going to be the actual pills you take or anything like that, unless, of course, you dive into the dark world or whatever you want to call it, of anabolic steroids, where those will show you a whole bunch of results, but with very, very dangerous and sometimes unreasonable, I would say unreasonable side effects, okay? They can alter your life in ways that you may not want, and that's probably why you're looking at turkesterone in the first place. My experience with Muscle Empire's Ecdysterone, I took that for probably about, I want to say 6 to 8 months. I took that while cutting, bodybuilding, doing cardio, and I wanted to see what that would do. The reason why I took that was because turkesterone was sold out. So I ended up taking that. I heard that was good, and so I checked it out. I gotta say, I didn't see any negative side effects from it. I was on a very low-calorie diet. I was training very, very hard, whether it was bodybuilding or cardio, training very, very hard, and I didn't see any negative side effects from it, okay? When it came to those capsules that I got from Muscle Empire, I was taking 6 capsules a day, and never saw any negative side effects. But I gotta be honest with you, you're not really gonna know if they're working. Most things, you're not gonna know if they work. Like you see these here? L-carnitine, right? This is from Derek's website. Would I tell you that they work? Sure, I would tell you that they work. I believe they work. Do I know that they work? No, I don't know. Because again, if you take this stuff and you don't do anything, you're not gonna get results. You're not gonna get results. I guess the best way you can go about testing something out is testing it while you're not doing anything, because, well, then you're going to see whether it's actually doing something or not. But that doesn't really make sense either, because it could be a synergistic effect between the actual product you're taking and the work you're putting in. So at the end of the day, guys, a lot of stuff you're not going to know if it works. Do I know for a fact that this stuff does anything? I don't. This right here, Camp PM, right? It has a bunch of stuff in it that will tell you that it works, okay? This stuff is studied. The studies say that the stuff in it will help you to lose weight. But if you just pop these and sit on the couch, do you really think you're going to lose weight? Absolutely not. You will not. You have to move. It comes down to the training as a whole. There's no easy way out, guys. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you do not want to hear this. There is no easy way out. I used to want the easy way out too, and there was a time where I didn't know that there was no easy way out. I thought the way to do things was by taking supplements. Completely wrong. You need to push your body to the limit in order to see results, okay? That's what you need in order to see results. These pills might be the icing on the cake, but it does not mean it's going to pick up where you leave off as far as your training and your diet go. It's not going to happen, okay? So again, the Ecdysterone, I took it, didn't see any negative side effects. I was able to put on muscle during my time of training, and I was able to lose weight. But that could have been just because I was training. Now, I've stopped taking them since then. After I stopped taking them, I waited about, I want to say 4 weeks, maybe about a month, and then I started taking turkesterone. What did I see on turkesterone? I continued to lose weight. I continued to build muscle, just like I was doing on the Ecdysterone. That's what it was. I continued to see gains, but I can't attribute that to the actual product. Now that I've stopped taking all of it, I've stopped taking all of it. I've stopped taking the Ecdysterone. I've stopped taking the turkesterone. What have I seen? I still know how to lose weight by watching my calories and using cardio. I still know how to put on muscle by bodybuilding. Nothing has changed as far as that progression goes. So you're spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on supplements that you hope will work, that haven't really been tested for that long, and you're hoping that they're going to give you some results. Would I recommend it to you? If you have extra money and you want to check it out, I would say go for it. But at this point in time, guys, I could not recommend to you the Ecdysterone, and I could not recommend to you the turkesterone because of the price that they're at, okay? If they do anything, it's not worth the expense. in my opinion. It's not, because you can see the results from your own hard work and training. At the end of the day, that is what is going to show you results. Do you need to feel obligated to spend $60 on a bottle of turkesterone? You don't. You will be missing out on very little if you're missing out on anything. I know that we've seen a ton of reviews of people saying, oh yeah, I gained all this muscle, I gained all this weight, I gained all this strength. A lot of people say they gained strength. Then you have a lot of people who also say they've gained muscle mass. Guys, I did not see any visual muscle mass gains. Nope. If anything, I saw strength gains. But that could have just been because I was training, right? When you're training, if you're not getting stronger, you're doing something wrong. So I can't recommend it to you. I'm not telling you not to take it. Again, I trust Derek and I trust his judgment and I trust his products. Now, the Muscle Empire company seems like a legit company. I took their stuff. I read good stuff about it. People said they saw gains. That's wonderful. Keep in mind, though, a majority of the people who are taking this stuff are new to training. They're new. So when you're new, you're going to gain muscle. You're going to lose weight. It's just what happens. You might be receiving a placebo effect. Now, are placebo effects bad? No. If you want to take something because you believe it works and it's going to actually help you to work because that's how the placebo effect works, go for it. You're going to be getting results. You're going to be seeing results. Whereas if you didn't take it, well, you wouldn't. But is it worth the cost? I don't know. It's up to you. What's your bank account look like? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to spend that money? That's what it comes down to. You don't need it. You absolutely don't need it, especially if you're new. Because you will see tons of results without it. You'll never know if it worked. You'll never know if it worked. The test would be to get to your peak performance and then start taking it and see if you make any differences. I know there's tons of people out there who have said, yeah, I'm at my peak performance and I've taken it. I've seen results. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I personally can't really tell you that I've seen them. I can't. I got to be honest with you. While taking them, you have your ups and downs. Some days you're stronger than others, okay? That's just the way it works. So, you know, I might have threw out a video or two letting you know in between of my test trials, hey, this is how it's working or this is what it's doing. This is the final result of all of the experience that I've had with it, okay? I took the turkesterone for probably about 2 months. Very, very expensive product. You're taking tons of pills. You're taking, I think, between 4 and 6 pills of that. The bottles are small. If you're buying from Derek, the bottles are small. You're taking between 4 and 6 of them. You're spending a ton of money. Those pills are disappearing like this. Is it worth it? I don't know. I don't believe it is. It's only worth it if you have enough money to spend. I didn't see any negative side effects. That's what I would say as far as that goes. Now, if you want something better than turkesterone, better than ecdysterone, I'm going to tell you what that is, in my opinion, right now. I guarantee you will help you to grow larger. Will guarantee that you're going to put on probably about 5 pounds of weight. Okay? What is that? That's creatine. Creatine. The same thing that people have been using for the longest time. It's been studied, and guess what? You can be your own test subject. You can be your own test subject. You take creatine, you will see the results. There's going to be no, oh, well, maybe it worked, maybe it didn't work, maybe it's a placebo. There's going to be none of it. It will work. You're going to put on like 5 pounds of water. You're going to put on like 5 pounds of water. Off the bat, you're going to look bigger. You're going to look stronger. You're going to look more solid. That's what it's going to do for you, and it's guaranteed. Guaranteed. It's going to force you to gain weight and muscle mass, okay? So that's what I would recommend to you, and it's dirt cheap, especially when compared to these other products. And another thing I would highly recommend, please ignore the tape. I was traveling with this, so I had to tape it up. This here is Gorilla Mode pre-workout, but without the pump, okay? Now, I'm showing you guys this product without the pump, without the caffeine. This is the stimulant-free version of Gorilla Mode pre-workout. I'm showing you this because this will get you extremely large, okay? You take this, you're gonna get very vascular, and even if you don't feel like it's worth the cost because there's no there's no caffeine in it, you can always add caffeine to it or take the Gorilla Mode pre-workout that has caffeine. This has creatine in it. It has pump product in it, and that is going to help you to get visually bigger. That's what a lot of people want. That's what a lot of people want. They want to be visually bigger. So if you want to look visually bigger, take the creatine, take the pump product, take the Gorilla Mode pre-workout if that's what you want. Or you could just not take any of it and train, and you will see the results. You will. I guarantee you will see the results, and it is the cheapest, easiest way to go. I hate to say it. I did not see any noticeable results, and I think you're going to be seeing a lot of people start to say that. It's very, very hyped up, and that's why it's so expensive. It's very, very hyped up. People want it. It's all over the internet. Derek put out a video on it. He was very realistic about it. He didn't lie about it, but everybody jumped on the Turkesterone train. As soon as they saw his video, it was being talked about all over the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's worth your money, especially if you're not training already. If you're training already and you don't want to take steroids and you want to see if something else might work, keep in mind, you're not going to be gaining tons of size from this stuff. Is it worth the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars that you're going to spend? Is it worth those hundreds of dollars? Probably not. What are you going to gain? 2 pounds of muscle? It might be water. I mean, if it's going to make you train harder and, you know, force yourself to grow bigger naturally, then hey, like I said, placebo effect, or if it's doing anything for you, then great, it's doing something for you. But you're not going to see all that much of a gain. The reason why people love this stuff is because it's the idea that it works like steroids. It's not like steroids. You're being misled if people are telling you that it's like steroids and that's going to have you gain all this muscle. It's not. Again, I train very, very hard. Very hard. My diet is on point. I do tons of cardio. I took it for months. Barely any difference in my physique from the beginning to the end. If anything, I gotta be honest with you, I think I probably gained some water weight. Looked a little more puffy, and I was a little bit heavier. But I can't tell you it's worth your money. Even if it put on 2 pounds of muscle, pure muscle, if it put on 2 pounds of pure muscle to your frame, do I think it's worth the money? Absolutely not. No, not when you can just literally take creatine and get the same visual result. Okay, so that's my opinion. Hope this helped. Be safe, guys. Talk soon. I'll catch you all at the next video.